And welcome to New Londinium 1910. This is my steampunk let's play, and up to this point we've spent a lot of time working on the manor house, which will be my base of operations for a while until the New Londinium itself starts to take shape. But here's the thing, we've spent a lot of time building this place, and we haven't really furnished the inside. And right now I've been working on expanding the storage capability, but really I think it's time for a field trip, time to get out of the house a little bit. And to that end, I think I have the perfect field trip in mind, which is, as you saw a minute ago, I traded in my enchantment table for an enchanting infuser, and what that does is that gives me the ability to apply enchantments in a efficient and deterministic way, right? No more of this random stuff, and it's great. Now the thing is, it comes in two flavors, and the flavor I have now will certainly let me do all that, but it's kind of like it's a one-shot deal. Once you've applied the enchantments using the enchantment infuser, you're pretty much done, right? I mean, you could still enchant it using books and an anvil and all that jazz, but then you're right back to where you started, right? You're at the mercy of Lady Fate, as opposed to the advanced enchantment infuser will let you add and remove, upgrade, change, and do pretty much whatever you want to do, as long as you have the experience levels. And that is what we're after. So with that said, I think it's time to go on walkabout. What has prevented me from having an advanced enchantment infuser is I'm out of crying obsidian, so I need some crying obsidian, and we'll need some nether ingots now, netherite ingots. So let's get the crying obsidian, and then maybe take a stroll to the nether. I mean, with the mods I'm running, the nether has a lot of mineral resources as well, so it's not just for the netherite, right? We can get some cool stuff out there, and that'll be productive. And if things go well enough, maybe at the end of the episode we can add a few more storage drawers and maybe put some things away. I gotta check something first. Sorry, just something's going weird with my phone, but okay. So I think that's the plan, right? This way we still make some progress on the storage and stuff, but I can get out of the house, and this is our first field trip since we took out Distant Horizons. Now with that said, I have my render distance maxed, and yeah, it's not quite as good as Distant Horizons, but when you consider that that's all live, that's the real deal right there, that's pretty good, right? Yes, I would have preferred Distant Horizons, but obviously I prefer latency-free play instead. So I think I made a good compromise. Fruits of the Field. Fruits. That looks like it's from the Let's Do series. Apple and cherry trees near growing plains. I must have flown over an apple tree or a cherry tree. Okay. We'll go hunting for that later. Love to have apple trees or cherry trees growing at the manor house. But yeah, I mean, we're in the air. This is cool. This is fun. I'll say it. I said it before. I'll say it again. The stuff like this should be added to vanilla Minecraft, and this is a ruined nether portal that I'm pretty sure I've been to before. I don't see a lot of obsidian. I see some, I think. We'll see when we get closer. Nope, I don't think that's obsidian. Nope. So I've cleaned this place out. So moving along. So now this water area is great because oftentimes the ruined nether portals are just kind of sitting out in the middle of water. So it makes them A, easy to spot, and B, they're not hidden or obscured by a bunch of other stuff. But I think I found one right here. Or something, it's got the right color. It is a little hidden by the trees, but it's the water that made it visible. Yeah, that looks like a nether portal. That is a nether portal. And I don't believe I've ever seen this one before. Now, I gotta figure out a place to land. Oh, wow. The nether portal's laying down. It's horizontal. Which, I knew such beasts existed. I just never seen one before. Which is pretty amazing to me. Because I've seen a mess of ruined nether portals in my time. Of course, when you get old enough, you see a lot of weird things. And hear a lot of weird things. Can't tell you how many great TV shows I've seen canceled after just a couple good seasons, but network executives aren't real people. What can I say? They don't know what real people like. Is that deer sounds like he's getting closer. I better not get head-butted by him. Yeah, so I've never seen a naturally generated nether portal on its side before. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a different side of nether portals than what I'm used to. But it's got crying obsidian, which, that's what I'm after. Now, I don't know. I think I need 4 crying obsidian. So there's one. And regular obsidian's useful stuff too. I like I think it's kind of pretty too in this particular texture pack, which is the Lithos HD texture pack, 32 pixel texture pack. So only got 1 crying obsidian though. That's not great, but it's 1 more than I had a minute ago. So good. There's another one. Okay. So actually, right there we go. Yeah, let's get this one. Okay. So I'm halfway there, which is quite frankly, that's incredibly lucky on my part. I did not think. I mean, I'm 8 minutes into this video, and I've already found a ruined nether portal, and I'm halfway to my crying obsidian goal. Now, I really wish there was this type of opportunity available to me in From the Rubble, because boy, I'd really love to put some enchantments on that tactical armor, but it's not there. Speaking of tactical armor, I've explained in the past that when I watch some movies and shows, and when I watch something for the first time, I watch it with nothing else going on, so I can focus on it. But when I'm playing games and stuff, or just working at the computer, I often have what is that? It's a dungeon entrance. I often have a whoa doggies. So there's a little village, and on the outskirts of the little village is a big old village. That's a BOV for those of you who are keeping track. So the BOV looks interesting. Looks very interesting. That is a handsome village, and not just a handsome village. Let me remind you, I didn't do that. That is a handsome generated village. Now, yeah, it's generated by mod, so, you know, you kind of see that, you know, the A and the B comparison in, but still, that is a sharp looking village. And looking here, I see like something black sticking out of the water way out there, but nope. I thought it was maybe another portal. A lot of interesting stuff here. I do think this is a really great mod mix for creating interesting terrain. And of course, you see just how interesting it is when you climb up here, right? Anyway, as I was saying, I like to have stuff playing in the background of, you know, if it's something I've already seen before, like a series or whatever, it's kind of cool to, most of the time I don't look at the screen, right? It's mostly me listening to what's going on. And so I recently finished watching Hell on Wheels for like the third time. And that is a fictionalized historical one about the the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. I think I see another portal, surprisingly, right there. So let's check that out. But I just recently restarted The Expanse. That is a ruined nether portal. That is a big one, though. I mean, that's a lot of netherite. I mean, not netherite. Netherrack. Look at that one. It's got part of it laying on its side and part of it upright. So I've never seen that before either. Like part of it fell down. As far as I know, I don't think I have any mods that modify the nether portals. I think the nether portals in this game are pure vanilla, and I'm running 120.1, so I don't think there's any changes that have happened to the vanilla bits. I mean, I'm on a trip, and in 5 minutes I find 2 ruined nether portals, and both of them are unlike any nether portals I've seen before. So there's 2 more Crine obsidian. Here's a bunch more goodies. Okay. Put all the weird stuff away. So once we enchant this diamond armor, we'll be a little more. Yeah, I do need 2 netherite ingots. Okay, that should be easy to get. Should be easy to get. But once we get this diamond armor all fully enchanted, as you notice, you don't see me wearing the enchanted armor because even though this is Minecraft and it is modded Minecraft, but the mods I chose aren't particularly combat oriented. This is still an unsafe world for somebody running around without armor. So I need good armor, but it's a steampunk world, right? So having a guy running around in plate mail kind of spoils the vibe, right? I'm gonna leave this other obsidian for now and beat feet back to the base, and then we'll head to the nether. And actually, I don't think I'm going to straight to the base. Let's see if we can find another nether portal or something interesting, right? I mean, we're out this far, and you know, I'm seeing redwoods. You know how I am about redwoods, so just kind of enjoy the flight. Do you enjoy the flight? Anyway, yeah. So, you know, running around in a steampunkish world, you really don't want your hero wearing plate mail, right? It's supposed to be the guy in the you know, evening coat and waistcoat or waistcoat if you're British. But yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Ooh, there's a thing in the river there. It looks like That's probably one of those meteor impact craters, right? It's got some materials that are meteoric. Not much application for them, but we'll see. Quite a few things out here. And again, you know, Greifenhorst in this world have pretty much the default settings for structures. So they're all over the place. You know, you can climb to the top of one structure and see at least 4 or 5 more. But from the rubble, that's, you know, post-apocalyptic, and to make sure it had that nice empty feeling, I set up a mod that pushed things further apart. So the structures occur in that mod 8 times less often, which is a problem if you want crying obsidian. And I do, but oh, they got like some type of big mushroom house or something like that sticking up out of the forest canopy there, and it looks like there's some type of big structure straight ahead. That is a pretty big structure. I mean, it's not big enough to be a woodland man. Oh, I think that with the mods I have, they occasionally have, you know, like a witch's hut. Well, I mean, in vanilla, you occasionally have a witch's hut. But with the mods I have, they occasionally give you a witch's hut on steroids. And I think this is one of those, right? You've got lots of cobwebs. Yeah, I've seen those before. It's probably filled with witches, right? So now, it's kind of tricky to take on with this mod mix, right? I mean, you need a good bow or gun. I mean, there are guns in this modded world, but same thing with From the Rubble. But in Greifenhorst, you know, I gladly take that on today with what I got, right? Because maybe I'm feeling a little too big for my britches, but you know, with Greifenhorst, I got some, you know, Ars Nouveau gave me the ability to cast spells, and some of those spells are, for lack of a better term, they're kick butt. And so I can take on witches. You know, if they could cast spells, it might be different. I mean, it can be wizards versus witches, but all they're going to do is throw potions and poisons at me. And okay, I've got greater range than they do, and I pack a tougher punch. But in this world, no, I do. Right now, I have a bow, and we can get arrows. Not quite there yet, right? The basic house is finished. I mean, you got to do the attic and add some dormers, and then start furnishing it. But I mean, the house itself is basically finished. Where is it, by the way? There, it's to the northwest. But the outside of the house, I mean, it's not just for making a nice looking yard, right? We've got fields. We're growing some trees. If you notice, like when I in previous episodes when I went to cut trees, there are holes dug out in that terrace where I grow the trees, and that's for putting in water to water crops, right? So that whole tier is actually designed for more crops, and I'll just move the trees someplace else. But on the other side, you know, we've planned all along to put a windmill in, so we could do that. And around the windmill, I think there might be a barn and some animal pens. And of course, once all that's in place, we can get some leather and feather farming going. And I had to say that slow because I'm certain I would have messed that up if I tried to say leather feather farming fast. Yeah, I know the irony. I get it. I don't think I can repeat it, but I got it. Okay, so that was very successful. I mean, we're 20 minutes in, which that's a third of the approximate runtime, but yeah, it was a very effective trip. I mean, you've seen some of my episodes where I had A planned or B planned, and we wound up doing X, Y, Z instead because that's just how circumstances shook out. So, and compared to those cases, that was pretty awesome. I had a goal, I went out, and I did it. Okay. Now that storage is starting to come online, I need to just get everything moved into main storage, and this sorting that I'm doing now is going to become less relevant. But when it comes to agricultural stuff, natural stuff that you hold on, I have 8 netherite scrap. I'm pretty sure I need 8 netherite scrap and 8 gold ingots will get me 2 netherite ingots, and that's all I need to finish my infusers. Make the advanced infusers. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. So won't need to go to the nether after all. If I'm right. Let's just find out if I'm right. And I am. Doesn't happen as often as I like it to, but that's good. Okay. So how about those Padres? Okay, so that's what I need: crying obsidian and the and a book and the old infuser. Well, I got a book in here somewhere. Yep, there's one. And let's go get the old infuser. Dazed and infused. Okay, here we go. Run back to the crafting table. Okay, now we have Mr. Fancy Pants enchantments, right? So let's just take a look at this. So if I grab this helmet that I've already enchanted, right? You can see these are enchantments already on it. I can't improve them anymore, but I can take enchantments off of it, right? And as we go down, we can find there's enchantments that I haven't put on it in the past, but now I can add them in addition to what I already had. Pretty good price too, by the way. So the helmet and the feetsies are particularly interesting because, like for example, feather falling, that's pretty good. Let's make it so I don't lose it. This also helps with that. And then let's see what else we can get away with the experience levels I have. Unbreaking. I think we're still at regular protection, right? And what else? We can thorns it. That's it. Wow, I was able to fully enchant my boots. So my helmet's maxed, my boots are maxed. So what can we do here? We can add efficiency and fortune. Well, shoot. And you can repair it while it's in here using experience levels. And I still have a few left, so at the very least, we can put mending on these, right? Because putting one enchantment on it now doesn't lock out the ability to easily put other enchantments on. So this just keeps me from having to remake my armor. And there you go. And, so normally that would mean that there is a beastie nearby that's wearing a sophisticated backpack with the jukebox upgrade. But lately I've been noticing that the music cuts in, but I can't find any creatures, and it just cuts in all at once and then cuts out all at once, which, I mean, normally you would hear the music, yeah, like that, just cut out all at once. Normally you would hear the music get closer and then further away. So I think that's a bug. The last time we had this bug, there was something about the Let's Do series that was triggering that in sophisticated backpacks. And I think there was a fix on both ends, but it looks like the fix is unfixed. That kind of sucks. Well, here's the thing, right? I had planned to go walkabout to enable the advanced enchantment infuser, and I don't need to do that now. I've got the maybe we will do some stuff a little closer at home. I wanted to get some storage drawers made, but maybe, yeah, I got a bunch of old magic stuff, and I've got plenty of diamonds, so why not replace my golf bag of enchanted iron swords with a one-stop shopping enchanted diamond sword, right? So let's see what I can get with 13 experience levels. Okay. So at the very least, we need mending. Yep. And looting. Those are the two must-haves. So that's... I still got... Let's try some stuff. Vorpal 3. You know? Sweeping Edge. That got 13 out of 13, right? So that makes it a pretty formidable weapon, and it's still not fully enchanted yet. Now, I have a bunch of enchanted swords, iron swords, that I don't really have any use for. And, you know, I do have some equipment. Yeah, there's some iron armor and stuff up there. I was looking for a blast furnace. I thought I had it. I thought I had found a blast furnace, but now I'm starting to think that must have been another game. So maybe it's time to make a blast furnace, and then we can take all these doodads, pull the enchantments off, and then recycle the metal, right? Maybe. But, like I said, I would like to... I hear an Enderman. Hello? Anyway, like I said, I would like to get some more storage drawers made. And it seems like I've got a fair amount of wood ready, so let's grab these real quick. Yeah, you know, so I wouldn't say I'm a pacifist, but I'm certainly not bloodthirsty. So, you know, I don't go cutting stuff up just for the sake of cutting them up. Sometimes, you know, you need those valuable drops, and other times it's kill or be killed. Yes, I know Endermen don't attack you unless you look into their eyes, which has got to make Enderman dates pretty interesting. But, you know, how do they get Enderman kids if everybody's always in conflict after nice romantic night out. But that's not the point. The point is that Enderman, I just don't like having them around. You know, one small slip and you accidentally look into their eyes and you've got this big, tall, purplish black guy gunning for you, right? That's unacceptable risk, right? And at that point, it's kind of like, you know, living near a rabid dog. You just got to put it down because you can't take chances. So there you go. Now, you know, pillagers and illagers, they try to kill me on sight, so I reciprocate the favor. Piglins are interesting in that you can fool a piglin and they'll leave you alone. But if you know, let's face it, if I gotta be somebody else for somebody to treat me right, nope, not worth it. I gotta be me. If they can't accept me for being me, well, then we'll just agree to be enemies. Enemies. And if we're going to be enemies, well, just going to have to take them out. Though, you know, piglin kids, first of all, in the game, they never grow up. So there's no harm in letting them live. Plus, they didn't do anything. They're just kids. I killed a piglin kid a while back, and it was just a reflexive thing, right? I was playing Vintage Story, and I was in this mindset because in Vintage Story, you know, it is kind of like hardcore survival, and they have wolves and bears. They don't have bear cubs, but they do have wolf cubs, and if you don't kill the wolf cubs grow up and become wolves. And while the wolf cub is cute, cuddly, and completely harmless, the grown-up wolf cub is decidedly less so. So, and you know what? If this was like real life, if you killed the cub's mothers, you could adopt and tame the cubs yourself. You become the new mother, and that would be perfectly acceptable if that was a choice. Oh yeah, I'd grab that one by both hands, but it's not. The only pet-like creature you can have is an elk or a caribou, depending on how you look at it, which is pretty cool. But you can't just tame them either. You gotta purchase yours from the right trader. Traders are kind of hard to come by. I mean, they're not impossible. They're just not down every block, right? I mean, if you wanted Starbucks, that would be different. But a trader, no. So, and of course, you have to have the right type of trader. I don't remember which one it is, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. In that game, I'm still trying to have a decently solid house with some space to do crafting in it. Not there yet. But in fact, that is the episode I work on right after I finish New Londinium, so keep your eyes peeled. And let me just say, I'm sorry I forgot this long. Thank you. Thank you to all of you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers, right? I did it. We did it. You did it. I have 1,000 subscribers, so in terms of YouTube, I'm allowed to wear the big boy pants. So, yay me. Now, that being said, it's about as far from being an adult as you can get while still being considered an adult, essentially, right? There's a few things that light up. There's some ways to make money that light up. There's some things you can customize about the channel that you didn't have access to. Some better analytical tools and stuff. But in the end, I'm still a nobody, and that's okay. I don't want to have, you know, I don't want the opportunity to set my handprints and footprints in concrete someplace. I'm perfectly cool with being a virtual unknown. But it'll be interesting to see if my upload times improve. I do know that as the as the size of your channel grows, the uploading process becomes less of a chore, right? At one point, when I was uploading videos for about an hour video, even a less than an hour video would sometimes take 4 or 5 hours to upload. Right now, when I upload about an hour video, it's almost always between an hour and 45 minutes and 2 hours. It's much more deterministic, and I hope that now that I've hit 1,000, I hope that gets a little better. I do know that for like the really big names, the really big people, those guys have crazy upload speeds. It's basically, whatever, they can push up bits as fast as they can handle. But, that's for the elite of the YouTube scene. And as far as YouTube goes, I just went from being a volunteer to being paid minimum wage part-time. So, yeah, it's not my neighborhood. Not my neighborhood at all. Interesting. I didn't realize I had grabbed this much wood. I'm kind of pleased about that because, as you saw in the last episode, making storage drawers takes a lot of wood. And making an insane number of storage drawers, like I am, takes a lot of wood times an insane number. So, that's gotta be big. However you want to quantify it, I'm sure that's big with a capital B. But it'll be good. I think today I will show you a little more about why I leave the drawers right around the drop-off cabinet empty. Because, like the last time I did it at one of these episodes was about 2 weeks ago. And my memory being what it is, in the best of times, is not great. So after a while, you kind of forget whether or not you already have something in storage. I mean, that's the key, right? If you drop something in the crate, if there's a drawer already dedicated to it, chest and planks. If there's a drawer already dedicated to that type of item, then it will automatically get routed to that item, which is what you want, right? But after a while, you kind of lose track of what you have or have not already enabled. And in those cases, it's sometimes easier to just throw everything into the drop-off cabinet. And what happens is when the system gets to an item that doesn't have a dedicated drawer yet, it'll assign one. And the one it assigns is the one closest to the drop-off point. So leaving those empty ones by the drop-off cabinet just means that if they don't already have a place in the system, they'll appear in one of those empty drawers right around the cabinet, and then I'll know that, oh, okay, I need to actually find a proper place for these. Now, if you think that is interesting, well, thank you. If you think it's clever, don't be too impressed, because it took me a lot of trial and error to figure that one out. So there you go. Trying to do exactly the amount necessary. Already got 48, and that's pretty good. See if I can get 12 more. Not quite enough. I need 2 more blocks of planks, but that's okay. That's 59 storage drawers. That is good. That should, if I remember correctly, that should finish this level. This level is mostly the a lot of the natural materials, foods, natural materials, woods, seeds, flowers, stuff like that. So there you go. Done. So now we can start on the bottom level. That would be your more fundamental, basic building blocks. Cobblestone, stone, all the smeltables, like redstone and the metals and gems. There we go. And that would be over there. So if we open this up and we just start dropping stuff in here, I'm pretty sure I've already put these away. So you'll see that nothing appears. But if we go over here and start looking, we can see like the numbers are increasing. So stuff is getting sent to its designated drawer just fine. Now while we're at it, we do need, now that we have proper storage, it's time to start paying more attention to our farming. Especially since I've got, some of these fields are fully enhanced with this rich soil. I mean, if you notice, I'm running spring seasons. It's early spring, so wheat should take forever to grow. And you can see my wheat was, and my oats for that matter, are fully grown. Full field, ready to go. And we take advantage of that by planting more seeds. Okay. Now this empty field over here, this is for corn. If you remember seeing, I had a bunch of corn seeds called kernels in the backpack. And I got those when I harvested this corn and replaced the soil with this rich soil. So let's plant some of these bad boys. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Okay. Now, you know, this stuff here is just carrots and potatoes. Nothing special here. Though carrots are an important source of vitamins and I think iron. So there you go. Boys and girls, eat your carrots. Improves your night vision. Well, just vision in general. And since we're out here, we'll continue on and do the spuds, potatoes. Potatoes are natives of the Americas. And modern varieties are pretty much just one big starch factory, which nothing wrong with that. But starch is directly convertible to sugars. So if you're somebody who should be eating less sugars, that unfortunately probably means you should be eating less potatoes. Okay. Pickles. Okay. I don't think, yeah, they don't give you seeds during harvest. You got to convert some of the picked fruit into pickle seeds, cucumber seeds. Yeah, I do believe cucumbers are a fruit. Getting kind of dark out here. Okay, grapes. Nah, nice. I just want to reach out to all of our friends who are working in the vineyard industry, the grape industry. I'd like to say that I really admire your work, and I think you're doing a great job. I know it was a lot of lead up. You should have saw it coming. If you didn't see it coming, well, nobody to blame but yourself. You know, when I start talking in that tone around my girls, you know, kind of just start talking about some random thing, but in this kind of quiet and measured tone, they get real quiet and start paying attention to what I'm saying because they know a dad joke is at the end of this. But, now that I think about it, now that I just put it in those terms, maybe that's what how I should talk to them when I want them to listen to something because they're in trouble or whatever. Sunlight coming in, the sunlight of morning. Nothing like a sunny morning. Well, maybe a sunny afternoon. Okay, so now what I'm doing is, since I'm generating stuff now, half of what I pick, I will sacrifice to the compost gods. And then the other half I'll put away. Now we'll leave the straw because that's still pretty useful stuff. Don't have enough to compost. And I got some space left, so maybe we can grab some stuff to take downstairs to put away. And there we go. Now here's the awesome part, right? I have all these different things I just picked up. And I can put them away like this, right? Or I can put them away using the container, but it's only going to work for stuff I have a place for. So some of the stuff I know I don't have a place for. So like grain seeds, right? So we got oat, wheat, and flax all together. And we can just throw this stuff and give it a second and we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure I don't have a place designated for any of that stuff. Oh, still running carrots. That I do have a place for. Okay, carrots are almost done, and yep, I didn't have a place for the glistering, what is it? Melon. Didn't have a place for honey bottles. Do have a place for golden apples. Okay, where should we put these glistering melons? I thought I'd left more space for fruit, but apparently not. Honey stuff. Let's see. That looks like a sweet place. Those fruits I have, but the seeds. Okay, this isn't a grain seed. This is a vegetable seed. Yeah, I'll just figure it out later. Let's get these taken care of sooner rather than later. I know I have a place for the potatoes and the grapes. Apparently I didn't have a place for the oats though. Right here with the other grains. And that stuff will take care of itself. So there you can see how and why I leave those drawers empty. It is a beautiful morning. I wish you could smell the coffee brewing. More to the point, I wish I could smell the coffee brewing. It's a computer game, so we'll just have to use our imaginations. But I don't like the flavor of coffee. I don't drink the stuff, but I love the smell of coffee in the morning. My parents, especially my grandpa, man, but my parents were big coffee drinkers. So, you know, it wasn't morning without the smell of coffee. I'm going to make my blast furnace and start clearing up some space with, I need that one more iron. Start clearing up some space in my inventory. Oh, I need smooth blocks. I got stone somewhere in here. Had it all along. Okay. Let that cook for a minute. We have some more levels. Let's see if we can finish up our sword. So all the whole sharpness franchise. Knockback. I like knockback. But unbreaking I like more. Soulbound is for sure. Oh, fire aspect. Yep. Got mending, looting, sweeping edge. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Vorpal. Vorpal sword from the poem about the Jabberwocky. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, though, you're probably familiar with the Vorpal sword as well. What is it? Snicker Snack? Is that how it goes? Anyway. So, my feetsies, my head, and my sword are all maxed out. So, let's see what we can do with the pants. My pantalones. Doing pretty good, actually. Wow. That almost maxed out the pants. That is sweet. Very sweet. And now here's our stone. So we can pull these stair steps out. And let's make our blast furnace. Now, of course, I don't want to just start blasting this armor and swords and stuff because they've got enchantments on them. So let's, and now I actually care about experience levels. So let's grab some of those, some of that enchanting energy. And let's see. That's not magical, but those all seem to be magical. Even the nasty one. Okay, let's start smelting. Well, actually, let's start disenchanting. So, this one. And this one. I like being efficient where possible. And it's kind of nice to go far enough in the game where you can start being efficient and not just worrying about living for tomorrow. Now, as opposed to my Let's Play in Raft, where I'm living for the next 10 minutes. that is, man, that game's brutal. But I think I've gotten through the worst part, right? I have the ability to produce fresh water, and my ability to feed myself has been improving. So, but more importantly, I've also figured out how not to lose a bunch of my stuff when I die. So all these things together, basically, also, for the record, or by the way, depending on how you want to go at it, I figured out how to repair my ship. It turns off that buried in all those options, when you go to set, when you use your hammer, you can build a new type of component, and you can choose all sorts of different styles and types. Buried at the bottom of that list is basically repair mode. Now, I've accidentally repaired, and it had nothing to do with that mechanic, but that is apparently how you deliberately repair stuff. So we'll give it a shot next time. But there you go. Yeah, baby. So, we didn't quite finish all of our fields here. Got all the way down here to the flax. Now, we will need the flax. Whoops. Whoops, whoops. Didn't mean to kill a sapling. There you go, little fella. Grow big and strong. And then I'll cut you down. We need the flax because a create mod windmill is in the near future. So we'll do that. And I'm growing flowers here, courtesy of the flower seeds mod. So we'll harvest those bad boys. And the reason I chose poppies to start off with, I mean, eventually I'll be growing all the different flowers, but started with poppies because I want to put flower boxes on the windows, most of the windows of this house. And the red poppies really pop, so to speak, with the coloring I have of the house right now. You'll see what I mean. So, gonna be awesome. Awesome. We can, what we can do, we have some more land that's ready to be tilled. I guess you could say we were just waiting till now. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Now, most of these crops that we're growing on the rich soil are grown, so we can knock them down. And looky what we got. We got a bunch of ears of corn and a bunch of kernels for planting. Maybe a couple majors and a captain too. Oh my goodness gracious me. I can't help it. You just try to be a good boy, but yeah. Okay, so let's halvesies everything except the straw. And there we go. And apparently this oat flour doesn't do well in the composter, so we had to take it out. Whoa, that's not right. Unbundled hay, huh? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this in my inventory. I'll need a crafting bench. So, yeah, using the mod, I can now choose from among multiple duplicate recipes. And this is the stuff they put close by. I don't have a space for it, so let's make a space. Just keep all the honey related stuff nearby or together. This flax though, it's not a food, it's not a flower, it's not seeds. Just kind of put it here for now. We'll see how that works out. This is a flower, though you can make tea out of it too. And this stuff will go upstairs with the rest of it. Maybe let's make some compost. 2 of these. I already have straw. Oh, didn't get as much bone meal as I thought, so that's something. It's better than 0. It's certainly better than a kick to the head, that's for sure. When I was in the military, we had a senior NCO that would use that quote quite a bit, right? When we had to do something and some airman was complaining about having to do it, he'd say, well, it's better than a kick to the head, which is, I mean, that's just an unqualified truth, right? That's exactly, it is better. Doesn't make it fun. Doesn't make it desirable. It's like somebody complaining about having a cold and somebody's like, well, it's better than being dead. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, certainly it is, but you know, let's be well and not catch a cold. So, interesting. I mean, that was an important milestone today, to be able to fully utilize an advanced enchantment infuser. So, and we finished supplying drawers to this level. It's looking pretty good down here. It'll look better when we put in some proper lighting and finishing touches on the ceiling, and then have workstations. But look at all the stuff that we added to our armor. And my sword. Well, created a sword. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way things have turned out. I hope you are too. I hope you found it interesting. I hope that you'll come back next time and continue sharing the journey with me. But in the meanwhile, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.